Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in the Allen Block workshop. What I will walk you through today is the pricing tool that goes along with the AB Metro Patio Wall Design app. This pricing tool saves time and simplifies determining the cost of your project. You can easily customize your worksheet as your own. So let me share my screen with you and show you how this pricing tool works. Get to the pricing tool by going to the left menu of the AB Metro Patio Wall app. Select Download Pricing Tool to download it onto your device. This pricing tool is a spreadsheet, so you will need to have either Excel or numbers on your computer for this to work. Now that it's open, I will walk you through it before I show you an example. You see that here, there are many tabs across the bottom. Starting from this cover page, we see a place on the top right to enter our information, which is highlighted in yellow. Quick note, anything highlighted in yellow is editable. You will see that when I enter my information into the yellow boxes, the information changes on the main part of the cover page. You can also select which unit of measure you would like, English or metric. Here you see the price room number. Some people may be pricing out multiple rooms, so this keeps everything organized in a professional layout. You will see that below are some instructions on how to use this tool. Moving to the bottom where the tabs are, I will move on to Import Text File. This is where we will use the CSV file that you received via email from your design. We will delete and replace all of this information shown here with our AB Metro Patio web app information from the generated CSV file. Next, we have price lists. This is where we can enter our pricing information to get a material cost of our project. You can see on the right, we can select the pricing list for who is using this tool: homeowner, contractor, new, and contractor established. The next tab we are going to talk about is the Project Summary tab. This page provides a summary of the materials needed for your elements defined in the project and will update in real time if we decide to make changes. The next tab we will talk about is the Block and Paver section. Here we need to choose our block color, paver style, and color. To use this application, simply select one of the radio buttons in each category. You must choose something in each of these, and when you do, the color here will turn green. On the pavers section, if you select no pavers, step 4 will turn gray, implying that you have no pavers and you will not need to make any adjustments. Just make sure the paver area cell is set to 0. If you select either square or pattern, you will also have to fill out step 4 and you simply enter in your paver area here. Additional materials needed to build a paver patio will populate based on your paver area input. If you would like to override these estimated quantities, enter it in the yellow highlighted section and the pricing will be adjusted. The next tabs are each of the individual elements that we offer. They all have the same format. They contain the price of the element along with the itemized list of materials needed to build your project. This information will be populated from the CSV data that we put into the Import Text File tab. If you wish to add an extra element to your project, you can type it into the highlighted cells in yellow. The row in the manual quantity column will add to the number that was imported. Your final price will be altered accordingly. If you do not wish to use the web import at all, you can select this button, Use Manual Selection Only, which will then only calculate the number in the manual yellow boxes. The radio buttons allow you to view the different configurations but will not impact the total price displayed below. These images are not to be used for any material count. They are just a reference to the model. The counter area and chair numbers provided are an estimate based on the footprints of the element. Final quantities are responsible of the provider or end user. Now, let me show you an example. Here, I have already created a design and submitted my project. To learn how to create and submit a project, please see our other videos or visit allenblock.com. When you submit a project in the AB Metro Patio Wall Design app, you will receive an email with a CSV file as an attachment. With the pricing tool and the CSV file open, select all of the information in the CSV file and select Copy. Then, go to the pricing tool and paste it into the Import Text File tab at the bottom of the file. Make sure there was no previous design information in there before you paste it. I will then move on to the price list where, let's say I'm a contractor, and I will put in my pricing information. These numbers are made up for this example and do not reflect any real pricing. I will then move on to the block and paver selection and choose my block color, paver style, paver color, and paver area. I am not going to override any information here, so I will leave that as is. Now let's say I wanted to add a column into my project. I will go to the column tab below, and as you can see, there is no columns in my project. I'm going to type a 1 into the highlighted box of the column size I want and how many courses it will be. You see the pricing has changed, and this will now be added to my final estimate. If I want to totally override the web import file, you select this button, use manual selection only, and it will only calculate what we put in the manual boxes. You would do this if you wanted to totally replace or remove an item. I am now done and ready to print. I'm going back to the cover page to ensure my information is correct, and now I will print it. To do that, I will select the cover page and the project summary page. Go to print, print selection only. That will print out only those 2 pages, and I will have a professional output of my cost and estimate analysis. You do not need to spend hours doing calculations and trying to figure out your materials and pricing. We know that the ease and simplicity of this pricing tool is why using it will help you provide quick and accurate customized pricing. Happy building! Always better, always Allen Block.